Hi Flosstube, it's Heather, the Imperfectly Perfect Stitcher, and today is Friday, woohoo, October 12th, and I wasn't actually planning on filming today, but I literally just hit the last button on work, kids asleep, and I thought, why not? I had a thought in my head. Oh yeah, I'm going to have my groceries delivered any minute, so I might have to pause, but you guys won't know. It'll be a quick cut, but yes, I'm having groceries delivered, working from home almost full time with one job, part time with another, two kids with karate and speech and special services, and oh, and I was gone last week, so I just don't have time this week, so I am spoiling myself with grocery delivery. I used to do that all the time when I lived back east, but it's a little bit less common out here in San Diego, so I don't do it as often, but why do you care? You don't. Anyways, so I'm here for stitching. So as I mentioned, I was gone out of town last week. I was gone Monday through Friday. I was in Houston, Texas, helping my sister-in-law have her baby. So yay, everybody is healthy and happy, and the delivery was great. And I cried a whole lot because I've seen 42 babies be born as a doula, more as a sister, but that was by far the most special birth I've ever been to. So it was extra emotional. It was really hard to say goodbye, but really good to come back to my kids. I missed them tons. They missed me tons. My 3-year-old continuously tells me, and it's been a full week since I've been back. Every night he tells me, "You're home," as he puts his hand right here. And so I know he missed me. But back to routine, back to reality. Trying to get back to a good stitching routine. So let's get to it. I also owe you guys a winner from my last video's giveaway. And I had originally thought, oh, I'll just pop in 2 weeks and do a quick video, and that never happened, and then I left. But on the day that I was going to film, I did draw a winner. So I'll show you that. I didn't want to erase it and pull, live today because I didn't think that would be fair. So since we're talking about that, let's just do that. If you remember my last video, I did a giveaway. It is a Stitchy wish list giveaway. And since most of my wish list items were fulfilled, I wanted to give back. And so I asked for, I think this is the one where I asked for a recipe. Probably should have looked that up because it's been a month and it was only supposed to be 2 weeks. So let me just see real quick. Yes. So in order to win, I asked you to post your favorite recipe in the comments of that video. So even if you don't watch my video, you should really go check out those comments because holy yum, there are some amazing recipes. And I actually made a couple and have been enjoying some new foods. So anyways, so what I did for that, anyway, so if you did, sorry, I don't plan to film, I get a little scatterbrained. If you put a recipe and you are entered to win, the winner is going to get one chart from their Stitchy wish list and probably some extras. I don't know yet, so it depends on which chart the winner picks. And let me just show you the winner real quick, and then we'll go over the details. Oh wait, hold on. Let me go to the right spot. So what I did was oh, don't tell me I deleted it. Hold on, let me see if it's this one. Yes. So I entered everybody who put a comment in, I put you into a wheel on the Tiny Decisions app because why not? I'm going to use that for everything. And then I spun. So I'm going to show you. Let me see if you can see let me turn down my brightness just a smidge. So this was pre-spun about 2 weeks ago, and I just saved it because I wanted you guys to see it. So this is a video. I don't don't do this right, you're not going to be able to see the name when it comes up. So I don't want it to be too dark. Okay, we're going to go with this. So I will show you. Oh, maybe you're right there. So the wheel, I just titled it Winner. So the video, there we go, shows that Stitchy Witch 42, you have won my giveaway. So what I'll need you to do is email me. I will put my email in the links in the description box below. I want you to email me 4 or 5 different charts or pieces of fabric or anything stitchy related, threads, floss, that you've been wanting. Okay, and I'm capping it at like a $30-ish wish list. Because I just didn't want it to get too crazy and then people have me hunting for out of print charts. Also, it does, whatever you pick, I do need to be able to easily find it, order it, get a hold of it. So on Etsy, 123 Stitch, I do not have a local needlework shop. So I do need to be able to get it online. And that's it. So congratulations. I will comment on your comment. And then you can just email me. Link below, and I get to go shopping. Yay! All right, so I've gotten some stitching done, and I've gotten a little bit of haul, not too much. I have some plans and some musings on last year. So I am going to try to insert pictures here, but we'll see how that goes. Really just depends on how lazy I get. Hang on 1 second. Just lost a magnet down here. There it is. Okay. So this piece, I have been working on as my travel piece. So I took it to Texas with me. I keep it in the car. I work on it when my littlest is in speech. I have to stay there just because it's only 45 minutes and it's pointless to come home. So twice a week I get 45 uninterrupted, glorious minutes in my car stitching. It's my Halloween Quaker by Lila's Studio. And I'm loving it. So here's where it was last time. And here's where it is now. So much progress. Just fold this so it'll be a little bit easier. So, you can pretty much tell what I've gotten done. I have 2 fully completed pages, which is about right here. I finished the spider. I was really dreading this spider motif and web. I don't know why. But it turned out okay. I finished the Happy Halloween. I finished the little crows, the kitty cat. I'm working on that motif. I got this one done, the birds, and then those 2 little things. So I have 2 completed pages. Bendy Stitchy old. There's 6 totals, and I'm almost done with this page down here. Isn't too dramatic. So pretty exciting. I'm hoping I don't burn out on this. I'm definitely not going to get it finished in October, but I'm hoping that I just keep working on it and, you know, keep working on it till it's done, basically, even into the holiday season. And then I'm not exactly sure the letters that Lila put on her chart. Where are they? I'm backwards. You can't really see it. They're down here. She used a W and an H. So I have converted the W into an M, and I literally just flipped it upside down and took away 1 stitch. And I put that for Michelle, since Michelle, hand-dyed the fabric with me, or for me, started this on January 1st with me, and is just kind of my partner in crime on this. I hope she finishes it. I hope she still likes it. But if not, I totally get it. And then I'll keep the other initial as an H because Heather. So I'm stoked on my progress on this. I just want to keep going. Um, I'm really kind of forcing myself to only have it as a travel project so I don't get burnt out on it, and kind of limiting myself, saying I can only work on this when I'm traveling or in the car or etc. has got me super motivated. Like, I get excited to work on it. It's like a special project. So I'm hoping that just keeps working. If I burn out on this, I have no problem switching my projects, but you know. And then since it is Darktober stitching, I have been stitching some Halloween. I love Halloween stitching. I'm not like obsessed with Darktober stitching, so I don't have a problem switching if I feel like it. I was using the Tiny Decisions app. That worked for 2 whole days, as we know. Set a limit on me, and I'm over it. And plus, I'm getting really close to this. So, in my beautiful Momily bag, if you haven't seen this before, I bought this for myself for my birthday. It's gorgeous. I need 17 more of her bags. Money says no. Halloween at Hopper and Hollow. You've all seen it a million times. If you haven't seen mine. Anyways. Oh, why is this just like sticking here? So here's where I'm at. First block is almost done. Literally only have to do the hill and the back siding on the house. I think Pam last week, Pam from Just Keep Stitching, showed hers and had mentioned that, you know, people are for real that those spider webs are a bear. They are. I was talking a little bit with Tracy P on Instagram, and she said the same thing. So I did this one a while ago, hated it, looked awful, pulled it out, and then I spent probably a good 2 hours just backstitching this, counting, anchoring it off the border, making sure everything was right, using the moon, and it came out great. Well, then I just wanted to bust out the other one, and I was kind of dreading it, but I knew if I just didn't get it done, I'd put this away and get frustrated. So this one, I did a little bit differently. I anchored the lines off the border. So I basically, the end of it right here, I counted down and counted over, and then just did long stitches, and then kind of put the chart away. And I knew that there was like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the this way lines. Busted that out. And it didn't come out half bad. So, look at that skeleton. Isn't he funny? I love him. So yeah, I'm hoping to finish this block maybe this weekend. However, as I'll talk about shortly, Stiachalong. First pattern drops, I believe, Saturday. Correct me if I'm wrong. And since I'm notorious for not keeping up on Sal's, I probably won't keep up on it. Although I really want to. It shouldn't be too bad. We'll see. What else? Oh, I actually forgot to show you this, I think, last video. But I'm also doing the Tiny Modernist Halloween Sal, which I don't think I have a picture for, but I don't think I'm super concerned, because if you haven't seen this by now, oh, let's see. Here we go. This guy, I'm not very far, and I'm very, very behind. But I still like it. I'll keep going. You know what? I haven't even been telling you guys fabrics. Do you care? I don't know if you care. Because honestly, I don't even know what they are. Like, I've lost all my little tags. But anyway, so here's my Tiny Modernist. So I still have to finish the outline house. I haven't done any bottom. I've obviously only done one room. He's freaking super cute. This is some sort of like Twilight blue fabric I got on 1, 2, 3 stitch. It just hasn't been calling to me, and I think it's just because other things are calling to me more. Like, I love it, and I'll keep stitching it, but it's just not going to get done anytime soon. And so I have some thoughts for next year, and I'll share with you shortly. Alright, another thing I did was I did pull a new start. This was one of the patterns I bought off of Stash Unloading Cricut Collection October. I've actually had this in my stash for a while, and just never did anything with it. And then, oh, I need to pause for a minute because I can't believe I forgot to show you my FFO. Anyways, I'll show you in a second. So I ripped this, or cut this fabric off of another piece. And this is how far I've gotten. This is a 28 count coffee Joblin I got off of 1-2-3 Stitch. So all I have is this much of the O. And as you can see, it's definitely not the same color because I am just going to pull from Stash. So this is the O I am using. Hold please. Oh, right here. It's called Light Copper Brown from Victoria Motto. And I only have half a skein because I got this from Link is my homeboy, because we split our subscription this month, and then my refrigerator died. I had to call in an exterminator, and my battery in my car went out. So I've had to cut back on expenses for a long time. So I'm probably not going to continue Victoria Motto for a little bit, maybe next year. But anyway, so this is my brown. And the reason I brought up the I only have half a skein thing is because I am quickly realizing I'm going to need the other half. So I think I'm going to either need to put out an SOS or see if she has any extra. And then other colors, I'm just pulling some other colors from Victoria Motto that I'll be using. This isn't all of them. This is just some of them that I'll be using throughout, and then subbing the DMC. But I think it's going to look good. Trying to stitch this one from Stash, which is unusual for me, but we'll see how that goes. And then one more whip, and then I'll go get my FFO, because I never have FFOs. I can't believe I forgot to bring it over in the first place. I can't wait for Kitten Stitcher to make another video. I'm excited to hear her Galleria stories and hear her little singing voice again. Oh, one last progress. My last video I had just started, so I probably won't insert a picture. Just started Barbara Anna Designs All Creatures Great and Small, and I got on a good little kick with that. I'm stitching this, and the reason I brought up Kitten Stitcher is because I'm stitching this on fabric she dyed 40 count rusty nail. Here I am. Here I am. So far. So not super far. The border on the first page is done. It's a beautiful border. You know, all these little motifs. I'm working on Giant Mama Pig. She's super cute, but she's, you know, either this is the tiniest barn ever, or there's giant people. I love the perspective on this thing. It's wacky and weird and fun. So yeah, another BAP. I love it. Okay. I guess I have one more whip. I guess I worked on more than I thought I did. And then the other whip, I don't know, probably should have watched my last video. I don't know if I showed it or not, but know her, you love her, Mirabilia's Lady of the Flag. You know her, I just can't say her. stitching her on a 32 count blue ice Belfast linen from 123 Stitch. Again, I'm not very far. Literally, that's all I have. I need to get into her. She's going to be a gift. Hopefully next Christmas. We'll see. I do need to get into her. My problem is I love everything, but when something new and shiny comes along, it just calls to me more than other things, and I kind of go, you know, hot and heavy on those projects, and then have to get back into older ones. All right, I'm gonna hold please while I go get my FFO. Okay, so I actually stitched this last year. You'll remember this. I'm sure you've seen it before. You're gonna bump for a minute. Okay. And then recently I just told my husband he needs to get on building me some frames because he likes to woodwork and I like to stitch and put them together, and this is what we get. Bam! Alright, so I'm going to disappear for a minute. So this is Bent Creek's Spooky Row. And then my husband built this backboard, stained it, mounted it on some sticky board, and then mounted it on there. Let me see what way it goes. We'll scroll kind of this way. I am 99% sure I just used called 4DMC. And then the only changes I made, spiderweb, the spiderweb is beads, crazy eye beads over here, and then my skeleton again looks like a crazy eye with some beads. But I kind of love that. She even did that so I can hang it. Right now it's sitting in my sun porch. FFO, who knew? Who knew I was capable of an FFO? Not me. Alright. A little bit of plans, a little bit of haul, and then we'll get out of here. So as I mentioned, Stiachalong, it's coming like tomorrow, I think, tomorrow or Sunday. I've been waiting an entire year for this because when I very, very, very first found Flosstube, Carolyn Manning and then Michelle Bendy, like literally, and then I like watched Michelle for a while, not really knowing that there was like other people out there, and then she started shouting people out, and then my Flosstube world exploded. But when I found Michelle, she was stitching last year's Stiachalong, and I was just blown away by how cool and fun stitching could be. And since at that time I was like a twofer, I had 2 projects, and I was like, ooh, that's all I can handle. I didn't even, in Stiachalong can be a little bit hard to figure out if you don't really know what's going on. I couldn't find the Facebook group and the pattern. I don't know. I was just not having it. Anyways, I've been stocking them. They're later than normal this year, so usually it's a summer stitch. This year it's going to be a fall stitch. They've just been busy. Good for them. And it's kind of like a pick your own palette situation. So if you find the Facebook group, I'll link it. They give some suggested, there's a Facebook group, and then for Stiach, and then there's the Stiachalongers. But in those groups, there are some color palettes that you can choose. You only need 4 colors, or you can just do your own thing. I'm doing my own thing. So the fabric I'm using is Jodry Designs. It's the August 2008 fabric of the month. It's going to be on a 28 count opalescent. And it's called Heatwave. Heatwave. Kind of hard to see, but it's blue and pink, basically. Opalescent. And the colors I have chosen as my palette are all Victorian Motto because I'm trying to use up my stash. So, Kansas Sky. I don't think that's going to disappear like at all, so I'm not super worried. Kansas Sky, Quaker Purple, Heirloom Rosebud, which is beautiful, and then Very Light Peach. And yes, is this a very happy palette. Yep. Super cheerful. Yep. Stitch along, you never know. You never know what's coming at you. So if it's fall and I don't know, if the first pattern drops and I'm like, ooh, this is not going to work, I'll switch again. But if I think it will, then it will. That right now, that's my pattern. This year they're doing teams, which is apparently a brand new thing, and I'm on Lollipop Stitches team. Hey, Lolly. There's a whole bunch of us in there. Michelle Fendi and M. Kissa. Jen from Delicious Threads. There's a ton of us. We have like a ginormous group. Thank you for letting me in at the last minute, Lolly. I appreciate that. Yeah, so this is going to be started. Hopefully I keep up with this. I just hear things, and I think it's going to be about 300 stitches a week. We'll see. We'll see if I can keep up with that. All right, today is, like I said, the 12th, and 3 days. This mini is 3. 3 days I am hosting a stitch along with Link and, oh my god, I can't remember who else, and I apologize. I didn't know I was hosting. I guess I just said I was going to do it, and then I was hosting, but that's cool. I'll host. I'm starting the X Stitch Nation Sal. Hashtag. Cross Stitch Nation. I've had this for a long time, too. Been looking for an excuse to start. I'm not really planning on doing too much of a conversion on this. I haven't really even looked at the colors, to be honest. I mean, yes. But I may play around with the colors of their outfits. Sorry, my groceries are supposed to be here anytime. And then I'm going to stitch this on 36 count vintage country mocha, and somebody's weed whacking or something up there. So this will be started in 3 days. What is 3 days? Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Ooh, might not get a great start, but we'll try. And then my only other plan for a new start right now, because you know I'm crazy, is I want to start this on November 1st. I just pulled that date. November 1st sounds good. Sue Hillis, 'Twas the Night. I have been obsessed. Sorry, I shouldn't do that. I've been obsessed with this since I saw this on Nell's Flosstube Little Yellow House Crafts, because she stitched it on this fabric, and I just went ahead and borrowed, stole, ripped off that idea. It is a 32 count raw opalescent Belfast linen. It's sparkly. Her finish is gorgeous, beautiful, and I wanted that exact thing hanging in my house, so I'm gonna work that out. Don't think it'll be done by Christmas, but it'll be done by next Christmas. So those are my only starts planned. I have 2 for the next couple of weeks. Yeah. Okay, so really quick dash, flash, haul, whatever you want to call it. I got my Floss Club from Gulf Coast Stitcher Julie. She knocked it out of the park again. This is her Halloween themed floss. You've probably seen them, but you're gonna see them again. So, Classic Colorworks Cauldron. This is awesome. I don't see much variegation in this, but it's super pretty. I probably should hold this up against something, right? Weeks Dye Works Absinthe. Holy shocking green. This is Classic Colorworks Lunar Eclipse. That's really super pretty. Then we've got, this one is my favorite, because it's my favorite fall candy. Classic Colorworks Candy Corn. This has some really good variegation in there, as you can see. Ooh, I have a leggy pumpkin head. I bet you he'd look good in there. I love me some candy corn, and I have not had any this season. I need to change that. And then this is Weeks Dye Works Tatanka. Like a super rich brown. That's not all, folks. Gassed Butter Crunch. Like, how yummy does that sound? This is a nice I don't know what butterscotch is, but I want some. Calico Kitty. This makes me want to have a kitty cat again. Oh, from Classic Colorworks. This has some really good variegation in it too. It's really hard to see in my lighting. You can see like the lighter tones here. Simply Shaker. Autumn Leaves. This one's gorgeous. This is coming up super green. This is not green at all. This is like a golden brown. Classic Colorworks Her Petal Socks. This does have some good variegation in it. I need a new phone or a new laptop or something that films like awesome. And a Classic Colorworks Perfect Pie Crust. Probably be using that soon too. So that was that floss club. Oh, legs are cramping. And then I got, and I know you've seen all of this, but I'm going to show you again anyways. I think that's the second time I've said that. I got my, Color and Cotton Halloween box. You guys were on the fence. You should go to her website right now. Probably sold out already, but she is doing a cozy Christmas one. It's worth it. It's totally worth it. So I'm going to just flash real quick because you've seen this, but the description, the pattern, and it does call for some of the threads that I got. And I have not used anything, which is not something I usually do. I don't wait for Flosstube, but it's all so special. I'm really struggling with what to use it all on. Super cute scissors. Some seed beads. Yeah, see that? That's right. It's like, because this was so special, and it actually, I had to like work it into my budget, so I don't want to like waste it on a pattern I don't absolutely love. Mad for Minders Needle Minder, which, yeah, that's awesome. Some hand-dyed, what do you guys call this? Bric rack? I don't know. Call it squiggly stuff. Yeah. Sorry, I just don't want it ruined, so I want it back in the little baggie. See, I'm like scared of this. I'm not going to show you the front. My voucher, which is going straight back into fabric. Okay, let me show you my fabric real quick, and then I'll show you the threads real quick, and then we'll get out of here. So the fabrics I got a 32 count Lugana. This is a gorgeous purple. This is the 13 by 17. I think that's a fat quarter. But yeah, it's got this awesome modeling. So pretty. Look at this. This is the fat half, I think. It's big and large and like the perfect neutrally yellowy buttercream. I don't know. It doesn't have a color, but oh, I can't wait. I want to stitch something big and fabulous. And then my finishing fabric, which, come on now, perfection. And then we got this like velour. This is ridiculous. I wish I could get that Christmas box, but like I said, battery, refrigerator, exterminator. I'm white. Okay. So let's see. I'm gonna hold these up against this, I think. Yeah. All right. So Color and Cotton Apparition. This is the cotton. Coven. Just going fast because I know you guys have seen this. Graveyard. Like, yeah, and it's not even really coming out that great on my lighting. Closer. Bone. Pumpkin Vine. Let me tell you, these names are so epically perfect. Old Pumpkin, OLDE. Fortune Teller. I love this. Silk, so hang on. Silk, so hang on. Witting Hour. Posy. This is just stupid how nice this is. And then Spectre. And then we got two silks. And they're so soft, you guys. So these are the two silks. So that's the stuff I got. Oh, feet are falling asleep. And like I said, this box is absolute perfection. Angela, you did an amazing job. I got, when I posted my, my Instagram post, I got a lot of people asking me like how to find out about future boxes, and the best way, I talked to Angela a little bit, she said the best thing you can do is go on her website, coloringcotton.com, and then you should get a pop-up for signing up for her newsletter, and then that's where she'll have all the information first. But she's got a Facebook group and there's all kinds of stuff, and she posts on Instagram, so follow her, get her newsletter, do all the things. I think that's it. I am briefly starting to think about next year. I know, but guys, it's the middle of October. We're 2.5 months away from next year. There's a lot of rumblings going around about a no start 2019, and I have been thinking about it, and I just don't think I can get on board. Not with the concept, but for me. I know from experience that once I put limitations on myself, I'm done. And if I can't start anything because I've told myself I can't, I'm going to not want to stitch anything and only want to start things. So I don't think that's going to work for me. I'm going to be very excited to watch the progress of those that do it. But I can't do it. But what I am going to do is I think I'm going to start requiring myself to get some finishes before I do some starts. So there are a lot of things that I want to start for Mania, and I don't think I'm going to restrict myself on that, other than, I was actually talking to Michelle last night. I have like zero fabric. Like I've got obviously these two things, and I have a few other like little random pieces, but I don't have a big enough stash to where I can say like, oh, I like this chart, it will go with this fabric. So that means that when I want to start something, I need to purchase fabric, and I just right now can't do that, which is totally fine. I have a ton of stuff to stitch on. So I think for like Christmas, I'm going to be asking for fabrics, things like that, and then require myself to get some finishes, and then I can purchase a piece of fabric and start something new. I think I'm going to do something like that. I also, a lot of my pieces are huge. I've got Barbara Anna, I've got Eliza Bellcox, I've got a Haid, I've got another Haid I really want to start. I have another full coverage piece, I have 2 more full coverage pieces that are just random that I want to work on. So getting finishes is going to be a little tough. So hopefully that means I'm not going to have a ton of new starts next year. We'll see. And I just had another thought. Oh yes, Sal's. Not like, hey, you have this and I have this, let's stitch it together. I'm talking about what kills me is this time of year when all the Halloween sales come out, when the Christmas sales come out, all of those sales that I want to stitch everything. I've decided that as of this year, for this year, I am done with the holiday sales. If I don't already own it, I'm not going to start it. as much as I want to start those Tiny Modernists, the Christmas one and the castle one that she's got going on So and So, or is it Lakeside Needlecraft? Um, I obviously can't keep up with anything, so I'm gonna not do that. But if I want to do those sales next year, I've got to get the Tiny Modernist Halloween, and I've got to get my Tiny Modernist Christmas from last year done. I've had half a thought to abandon the Christmas one, but I'm kind of far into it, and it's kind of super cute. It's really cute. I really do like the idea of the house thing she's got going, but again, the border on that sucker is huge, and like the Halloween one, I'm just like I'm already overwhelmed even thinking about it, so I'm not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. But I kind of really want to go get the Halloween sale from last year from Tiny Modernist because I love that. This one has to be done first, and then maybe kind of like just keep up on the Halloween ones because they're all so cute. That's where I am. If I had more fabric, I wouldn't even be talking about this. I'd just be like, start everything all the time. But I don't. Okay. So that's it. Stitch you at 42. I need some stuff from you. The rest of you guys, I'll see you when I see you. Probably in a month. Who knows? But I can't believe I didn't thank you guys in the beginning. If you are not a long time, I've only been doing this a year, but if you've been with me since the beginning, thank you. If you're new here, welcome. I'd love the subscribes and the likes and the thumbs up or whatever it is that you want to do. If not, that's cool too. I have about an hour to stitch before I have to go get my other kid, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off and do that and get this thing uploading. I think my kid is playing back there. He should be sleeping. Whatever. But thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.